Hi, it's DerpyMoose99. Welcome to episode 8 of Grow Big or Go Home. It's been a while since I played, of course, so I'm going to have a look around here, see what we're doing. I do remember something about panic building tools, though. Alright, we have 2,231 citizens, or potential victims. Just going to write that down and see where we go. Our health is good, happiness is not bad. Food graph is still rising, which is extraordinary. And if I look at our inventory here, I just want to see what the top hitters are. Rice, of course. Flowers, second. Duck meat, beans, tomatoes. Okay. A fair amount of reeds as well, too. 2,000 lamp oil. Well, that ought to do. And let's go by name here to check a few things like candles and stuff. 1,200. 17 domesticated animals. I don't think we're currently using those. Alright. And I do recall the panic tool build here. So let's let it roll. Oh, I forgot to check where we were on homes. Only 11 behind. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Oh, okay. So only 390 behind. That shouldn't be a problem then. Yeah, okay. What do we have in the way of lumber here? What speed are we on? We better put this on 5, I think. Yeah, that's a little better on the frame rates there. Only 80 lumber, eh? Okay, that's probably why we're having trouble building houses. That's lumber, that's firewood. I'm gonna put a couple of these over on lumber. Our log supply is okay. What are you guys out of? Let's see, 6. Oh, you're out of lumber, okay. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. If those guys are... We're using lumber for building supplies, we'll need more lumber. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay. So I think because our tools are low and we're panic building, we're building these coolly and calmly. Let's just prioritize this like 18 times. And maybe have a coffee and see if we can build this stuff. I do think these 2 suppliers on the end are new. So we're actually gonna have to watch and make sure they're set up properly. Right, maybe while the blacksmith is building here. Sorry about that. We should have a look at domesticated animals here. So we're making linen coats and silk kimonos, okay? And over here we're making warm coats with leather and wool, fur coats, and pelt clothes. Okay, yeah. Just check this guy, make sure he's set up here, and he's not. I'm assuming we just need log, stone, and iron for now. So let's just leave it at that. I think our auto purchase is already set up, yeah. Okay, there's a couple of our blacksmiths building, but I want to upgrade them right away. Let's go throw another priority on there, though. Alright, and upgrade that one. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look around here. So we got a fair amount of houses building, but probably nowhere near what our gap is here. Okay, so let's fit a few here and there. Wonder if we can get another row in here. Not really. Okay, where else do we have? Our stone's pretty good, it was just the lumber that's low. Who built the fields that way? Oh, hey, Poetic Poison. How you doing? Sorry I didn't notice you joined there. And thanks for subbing too the other day. I saw that. Thank you. So if you have any questions or you want to see a little town overview or... Yeah, I'm doing okay. I got a little bit of arthritis pain, but that's in par for the game here. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to overview the town or anything here. I'm just kind of noodling around. Okay. And we are looking at a little bit of a tool crisis here. I'm trying to stave off, so... And that's maxed, and that's maxed, okay. And what's our limit here? 1500, okay. I think it'd be not a bad idea to put another couple of mines in just in case here. Probably only gonna get one there. Oh, there's one already building there, okay. Oh, and that's lumber as well, too. Alright. I'm gonna have to keep checking this area. We're down to 113 tools, which I'm a bit nervous about. Let's see. Strawberries sound good. Have you ever played Mega Mod before in Banished? This is quite a cool mod set. I'm gonna plunk some more houses in here. Oh, okay. It's frequently on sale for pretty cheap. Like it's a I think 8 or 9-year-old game. It's harder than it looks too, so it's kind of fun to get into. Yeah, I had fun watching Hunter the other day. There's a few other people to watch too. Not tons of people play this anymore. It's kind of like a cult game where there's still a core of us that play it. Oops. I didn't build... Oh, I see what the problem is there. Okay. Let's see if we can set this trader up here. Every visit, log, stone, and iron. Okay, on your way. And you're not set up either. Food supplier. Okay, we're just auto-purchasing randomly. Okay, I'm with that. And what are you, general trader here? I think we're okay on all that for now. Let's check on our blacksmiths here. Yeah, the tools are bouncing back a little bit, but I still want to build all these guys. Hey, I'm going to prioritize this, and then I'm going to drink coffee for a second here. It's early in the morning here. I'm like 6 a.m. or something. Maybe while we're waiting for this stuff to build here, I'll do a little town tour. This is where I originally spawned, was right here by the lake. And the first thing I build is something that I call a forest node. It's based on Pinstar's Crossroads build. It's a pretty famous YouTube video on how to build a forest area. So it's basically a forester lodge making trees and logs and stuff, under cabin, gatherer, and some storage here, which is pretty full right now. And then I built out over here, and kind of a town site based on a market, a couple of schools which I've upgraded. And then from that town site I built another forest node down over here, another one over there, and then one up there. So it basically started with kind of 2 town centers and 4 forest nodes, which gave us a pretty solid base of food, leather, and logs, right? So I decided that our first thing we trade would be firewood. So we put a bunch of sawmills in. Now these have expanded over time. And out of the logs we were growing out of these forest nodes, we decided to make firewood our trading item. And we started a trading area here. And the big thing I trade is I use these industry suppliers that bring logs and stone and coal and iron and all that kind of stuff. And the basic premise here is I buy raw materials, like I buy logs, I turn it into firewood and sell it back. And so you buy logs for, I can't remember, it is 1 or, yeah, you buy logs for 2 and you sell firewood for 4. So that's the way we started the trading. Then I got into some perfume making, which is a combination of flowers and water. Linen comes from growing flax and stuff, wool from sheep and llamas. Survival coats are feathers, and reeds and kimonos out of silk. So that's our trading area there. We're probably going to have to expand that a bit more if the town keeps growing. We've got more firewood production here, and food became a big issue for us. So I built another city center here, and we expanded up, and we're doing orchards and fields and pastures, 15 by 15s here. And then different town centers with housing and schools and stuff to kind of support all the farming here. Then we reached the top, I guess, top left edge of the map kind of here. And right along there was some nice areas for mines and stuff, so we're making that a mining area. Big town center here. And I probably should put another school over here too. And somewhere around then we ran out of tools, so I'm panic building all these blacksmiths here. Which is going slowly because I didn't have enough lumber production. I'm just going to pin that over there. Pull these down a little bit here. And then we proceeded downward over here onto this lake here. Actually, I think there's a lake up here first. We did this lake here with some fishing, a little bit of rice production. Expanded down here, and this was going to be my flax production for linen. And this is making white mulberries, which we turn into silk. So this is kind of coat and cloth production here. Spare mine there. Food became an issue again, so we came down into this lake and we built, I don't know how many that is, but a whole bunch of rice farms. So these things are producing rice here. A couple of fishing docks, and over here was our next lake, and decided to get into reed production, and we're using that for fire bundles for to supplement the firewood. And I think somewhere around here we're also making survival coats for trade as well too. And this is Grace's house on the island. So that's all I got for a town overview, but it's going pretty well so far, I think. What are we up to here? 2,272 people. The problem is I'm way short on houses right now. So I'm probably going to run into a bit of an old age die-off. Yeah, thank you for that. Kind of proud of this town, actually. There's been a couple of panic spots here and there, but so far it's been going pretty good. Just got to make sure these traders are all set up to go here. And I don't think there's anything else we want right now. Do we have beef cows here? Yeah, we got beef cows, and what was the other thing? Trade sheep. We don't want trade sheep, so I'll dismiss you. Okay, our lumber production is still way behind. Alright, let's find a spot and build some more lumber mills here. Okay, what do we got here on? Okay, that's going to be trade port expansion. This is all kind of angled, so it's not really ideal. I might be able to put a few in here. I'm just going to see if I can get some more water wheel sawmills in here. Yeah, a little too angular there. There's one there, but maybe one will keep that for charcoal expansion anyways. Well, this is going to be industrial over here, so let's see if we can edge in a few more houses. Oh, nice. Somebody is not lining things up very well in this town here. Alright, this is furniture. Yeah. This is kind of full over here. Although we could probably... Yeah. Well, why don't we we've kind of a weird angle area here, but maybe we can fit in some... Let's see here. Find something that makes lumber here. Alright, let's put 6 of those in. And we should probably figure out some storage for that too. So that's going to be construction storage, so we use some of these specialty warehouses here. That's a construction one there. That should be enough capacity, I would think. To even out our roads here. Yeah, we can put a little construction stockpile in too. Alright, I'm gonna let that build. Now, actually, maybe we should prioritize that because those blacksmiths aren't going to be built until we get lumber, so let's do that. Sorry, I'm going to clutter things up a little bit more here. Click on a random thing there. So these are just logs and iron to build, so... Okay. And we've got a lot of people, so I'm going to up this to 300 builders. Maybe I can type instead of click. Oh, not 3,000, dummy. Alright, what do you got? Okay, you're set up already. We're good for everything for the moment. And looks like you're set up, yeah. Alright, more coffee. Alright, thanks for dropping in, Poetic Posen. It was nice of you to do that. Have a great day. Yeah, lumber is definitely our issue here. Our tools are kind of barely hanging in there. I think I should check my food graphs here too. I haven't added much food production here lately. Our inventory is still increasing, but yeah, this house discrepancy. Well, I was going to try and get this town to 3,000 here. But I think we're going to have a bit of an old age die-off in a while here. Kind of hard to avoid at this point. Alright, I think let's just focus on these lumber cutters here. Well, we now have more builders than we need, so yeah, we should be able to do okay here. Okay, there's our first lumber cutter. Okay, and we can put 2 people in there, which is good. Alright, gotta find these ones here. I've stacked this up into a big gooey mess here. Wow, our perfume production is not keeping up here. It's a good thing we got a decent supply of coats here. Let's raise our construction limit to 5,000 too while we're here. Nah, yeah, 5,000. Fuel's okay at 15,000, I think. Keep an eye on it though. I'm testing a little different setup here, so I'll have to see how it looks and sounds and stuff. I managed to get a cheap Stream Deck on sale, so I'm trying to set that up and play around. Yeah, it's all fun. Alright, there's two more, or one more anyways. I don't know if I've been prioritizing the storage there, but let's get that going. At least we got the stockpile there. You know, that would be a good spot for a well, I think. Okay, lumber cutter. Two more to come up. Come on, there's 302 builders, guys. You should be able to do better than that. Okay, are any of the smithies building yet? Not really, no. Still lumber's the issue. Okay, we're in winter now. We still got over 12,000 firewood. That's alright. Oh, there's one smithy, okay. Now, what kind of tools are we actually making here? I hope it's steel. Yeah, 1,586 steel. So we have lots of coal, fair amount of iron. Let's actually go take this new blacksmith installation. We'll take it right to carbon steel. We have charcoal, but I don't want to use the charcoal. Let's use the coal. So we'll go carbon steel tools for the win. And let's up this to 2,000. Alright, so it's one blacksmith there. That'll help. Although our inventory was rising, so I don't know why it dipped below 100. It was kind of scary for a minute there. What do you have? Nothing I really want. Thank you. Yeah, this is our expanded perfume production. Like we started perfume up here, expanded there, expanded here. But we only have 24 in stock right now. Alright, lumber cutter, 2 people in there. And carbon steel tools, coal, 2 people in there. I think we still have lots of flowers in stock too. Yeah, we still have 114,000 flowers. Although I guess we're relying less on perfume than we were. But we could probably add a few more perfumers in. Okay, on your way. Probably don't really have the houses down here to support that. Okay, so that's 12 more people making lumber. Plus those sawmills we converted over here. So we should be getting some production going here. See if we have any. We probably don't have any in stock though, because we're using it probably as fast as we make it, I would think. Or I would hope, I guess. Yeah, 85 lumber. Our mulberry leaves. Okay, that's about right then. Domesticated animals I was going to do something about too. How much wool do we have? Not that much, really. Okay. Now, where are we making... Are we making wool coats here? Okay, sorry, back to the town hall here. We're making a few wool coats somewhere. I don't think it was these guys though. That's warm coat, warm coat. Oh, there's wool coats there. Alright, so we have 2 tailors making wool coat. Okay, those are clothing warehouses. And what's this, a bank barn? Okay. Well, we have a little bit of room here. We can put in some wool pens here. And we can build, I think 4 of them is what we have, the domesticated animals to build. So let's build that. And the bank barn is going to be pretty big storage, so that should be sufficient for that. Okay, we'll come back to those when they're up. And this should be building soon, I would hope. Okay. Let's go throw a priority back on these blacksmiths here. Our tools are rising, but always a little bit nervous. Iron's not getting to the limit though, is it? Furnace fuel's okay. Yeah, perfume's going back up a bit. Hey Hunter, how's it going? Yeah, I'm having fun. It's Banished with Mod 9. I don't know if you ever played Mod 9. It's a pretty cool mod set. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. This is a fairly old town. I've got like 2,200 people or something. I've tried to kill them a number of times so far, so... Yeah, 2284. It's not growing because I don't have enough housing here. I'm way short on houses. Yeah, this is it's a pretty big town for me. I usually don't get this far along the road. I quit and try something else, but I've been playing different maps and stuff. I decided to kind of just play this and see how big I could get the town. But the way the game works here, it's slowing down my PC quite a bit here, so I'm probably only gonna get this as big as the computer will let me get it, I guess. Let's throw some apples in there. A couple of people. Okay, so 2 big problems right now. I was running out of tools, so I've built a bunch of blacksmiths here. I'm way short on housing. The housing I'm using required lumber, and I ran out of lumber, so all these places are waiting for lumber. So I built a bunch of stuff here to produce lumber, but it's taken a while to catch up here. I've got these industry trading docks here buying iron, stone, and logs here. Just want to make sure this guy's set up here. So this is set up on every visit. This trader is going to bring me iron, stone, and log. Then I've got auto purchase set up to buy 2,000 logs, 300 stone, and 50 iron. So yeah. And with Megamod, it's got some of the Colonial Charter stuff and a few other mod sets. And you can build out on the lakes here, so I've got a massive rice farm going on. I've got some reed production, which I'm using for coats and for fire bundles here. And this is Grace 1957's house we built for her out on the island, so... Although I should probably build her a dock. Get her a dock going out there. Yeah, I'm old, right? So I played this game when it first came out, like 8 or 9 years ago. And there's a couple things that I didn't like. I didn't like you couldn't the mines didn't upgrade. You just built them, they ran out, and they sat there, this big ugly lump on the landscape. And I didn't like the map sizes. I thought they were too small. I wanted to build really big towns, and you couldn't do much on the lake, so I started messing around, and that's where I found Megamod, which is a collection of mods. The diagonal roads, you hold shift. So you grab yourself a road and you hold down shift, and it does that. If you have Megamod, you can kind of go one step further in the mod pack here. I gotta find it. It's the dock mod set here. Somewhere in here, yeah. There's actually pieces that are triangular, so it takes you a while to build them, but you can, that's not the right one. Anyway, somewhere in here there's angled pieces. Yeah, you can actually build like a cool angled road that looks legitimate instead of wavy like that. I haven't really played with that yet, but I've seen somebody doing it the other day. Yeah, well, this is, Megamod itself is a collection of 400 mods, so I know about 0.1% of it, so what I'm trying to do is every new map I make, I'm trying to use a few new things. Yeah, the only thing is you need a pretty beefy computer. It uses like 18 gig of RAM, so you need a computer, I think, with 32 gig of RAM. But yeah, it's a cool mod. Okay, I want to produce some wool here. We're at our 5,000 coat limit. Yeah, I guess I'm sort of okay with that. I'll let that go. Okay. Now you see on the mines here with this mod pack. Oh hey, a couple years older than me. I am 61, I think. Yeah, so these mines now, if you see this button here, for 120 lumber and 80 candles, you can upgrade the mine when it runs out, and this one's only got 8% left, so that's going to happen soon. And then there's a second upgrade which makes, which uses lamp oil and lumber, I think, and that makes the mine permanent, like everlasting. It'll never run out. So there's two upgrades, and then it's permanent. So I kind of like that. I don't like that having like 20 mines left on the map that are exhausted kind of thing. So okay, I usually don't check these guys, but I gotta make sure the new ones are all set up. So okay, sorry, I misunderstood. 64, yeah, that's what I ended up going to too, because between streaming and running the game and stuff like that, like right now I'm using like 33 gig or something like that. So yeah, you're all set then. So it's on the Steam Workshop. It's called MM9. It comes in 7 parts. It's a little bit tricky to install. I've got a short video on my YouTube channel that sort of explains how to install it and how to put them in and stuff like that. Because it's got 7 parts, you have to have them in the right order. And then there's some goofy stuff about loading it and quitting and reloading and stuff like that. But totally recommend it. And I'll warn you, it can be a little daunting to start with, because if you look in here, there's theme sets and there's mod, decorations, and there's all kinds of stuff. Like all of these in here have different packs to them. So some people get kind of overwhelmed by all of it, but I think the right way to play is play like a basic vanilla kind of game, with some changes. And then as you play, like I want to try it today, I'm going to try making jam or something like that, right? And that's how I kind of been doing it. It kind of eased me into it. And the hard thing is, and I actually have a notepad over here, good old foolscap, and I'm making notes. But when you find something, it's hard to remember sometimes, like where exactly it is in the menu set. So it's like a menu hunting game here. So here's the mod pack toolbar. So Colonial Charter, a lot of people play that. Well, that whole mod set is in here, and that's the menu for it. Red Ketchup, some great mods. There's a whole bunch of mods in here. So, all right, new animal pasture here. What was I gonna put in there? Do we know? Let's see here. Do we have any animals waiting in our pen here? Doesn't look like it. I don't see anything in there. Okay. Oh, these guys here, these are holding pastures. Okay. Now I remember what I'm doing. That's freezing cows. So this is going to be freezing cows. Okay, and then empty you out of there. Turn this off and take you out. Yeah, okay, now I remember what I'm doing. This is the 2 trading docks where I'm buying animals. I've got 2 temporary pastures here, smaller ones. And then I'm building bigger pastures over here. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Now some of our blacksmiths are starting to build, and our mine built too, okay? So you're a spare mine, and you need to be on carbon steel tools. Say that properly, boy. Carbon tool steel. Now the deal with tools is the more advanced the tool type, the longer they last. Like, they don't make people more efficient or anything, but they just last longer. So in here you can do rough tools, but they don't last any time at all. You can do stone tools, iron tools. But like carbon steel is pretty good. Gemstone I've never done. That's the highest level of tools, but you have to get gem mines going, gem polishing. That's something on my to-do list down the road here. All right. Okay, now you're a temporary, I think, or spare mine. Iron's inching up there. I'm kind of tempted to turn one of these on. I actually think I might. Let's turn you on iron, requiring furnace fuel. And let's make you right up to 30 here. The reason I'm adding another mine here is my iron limit was 1500. And even with buying a little bit through traders, I'm not getting there, so I'll add that in. Yeah, these are all the houses that aren't built because of lumber here. Okay, get you set on the proper ones here. What terrain is this? Oops, that's the mods. Map I want. So Verdant Plains is my favorite map for building big. You have a few lumps and bumps, but it's mostly just rivers and arable land. I get the climate unfair, and I turn off disasters because I'm not a big fan of them. And this one we did a hard starting condition. Hard basically just means you don't have seeds and you don't have much in stock. Yeah, so Verdant Plains for the big towns is my favorite. And if we look at the overall map, so I started down here by the top lake. Just to the left of the top lake is where we started. Our forest nodes are out on the left here. Expanded down into these other lakes, and then up here is where the farming area is, up here. Yeah, let me know if you wanna. I can do a little run through on a town overview and stuff like that. Okay, one more smithy to build. Our tools are now over 400, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just gonna save it here. I haven't saved in a while. And drink coffee too. Alright, so here's where we started. Just to the left of this lake here. Yeah, coffee for sure. Well, it's 6:42 a.m. my time here. I'm on the Pacific Coast. So this is an early one for me, and I gotta have my coffee. So we started here. It was a hard start. So the first thing I do in a hard start usually is build what I call a forest node. So this one has forest lodge, hunter cabin, gatherer, storage, and a stockpile. And in this case, I put 6 houses in because later I added a herbalist here. So that's the first thing I build for. It gives me food and logs and leather. Built a little town center over here. I had a small fishing dock here, which I killed. This one here's a forest lodge. There's in the mod set here. There's all kinds of different styles for the forest lodge. This is this one here. Okay, so you can see it's not producing much in the way of logs right now because we're purchasing through all those trading docks for buying logs. But they can do 300-ish a year log production once everything grows in. And the hunters and the gatherers work a lot better when there's trees here. So putting these 3 things together, like this thing plants trees and cuts trees. And as long as there's trees in the circle here, then the gatherer and the hunter will gather a lot of food. So once I built that, and I kind of edged over here, I built another town center. And what I mean by town center is a market and a school. In this case, I have 2 schools because I was kind of planning on growing this area. So I built that, then I built another forest node up, one over to the left, one down. So I call that, if you want to grow a big town, that's what I would call a good solid base to start with. So 4 forest nodes, 4 gatherers, 4 forest lodge, 4 hunters. And then a few of these sawmills here are making firewood from the logs. And then up here I started a trading area. So when you trade, you have to have in my mind, you have to have a real kind of clear idea of what you're going to trade, because stuff is pretty expensive. So the first thing I traded was firewood here. So I've got all the sawmills making firewood. And then what I'm buying, if you look at these guys here, I'm buying iron, log, and stone. So you buy logs for, in this case, 2, because I special ordered. If you just buy logs when they show up, it only costs 1, but if you special order, it's more. So I'm buying logs for 2, and then turning that into firewood and selling that for 4. Then we were running out of food, so I expanded up here, and what I call the town centers here. There's a bunch of those. The main thing in Banished is pathing's a big issue. So you want houses near your place of work. And there's a pathing tool here, this guy. So if you click on it, you can see where people that work there, where they live. And you want those paths to be as short as you can get them. So having distributed markets with houses and stuff like that helps you with that. If these people have to walk too far, they don't make very much food. So this is all just spots of town centers and fields and stuff like that. Then up here there was a nice straight section, so I started building mines. Ran out of tools and built the blacksmith. And then there was expansion over, where is it here? Let's see. Gotta find the right place here. Yeah, so I expanded down in here, and this is where we're growing flax and white mulberry. So flax is used for linen. The mulberry feeds into the silk production. So I'm making linen clothing and silk kimonos and stuff here. It's a big rice installation here. This stuff makes about, 1,100 a year of rice. And again, there's houses close by. I've got the dock set houses here. And then over here, there's reeds. And with reeds, you can do a couple of things here. Right now, I'm doing something called fire bundles, which is like firewood. So that's kind of, helping the firewood production. And I'm making survival coats, which is reeds and feathers. And the feathers come from chickens and ducks and stuff like that. So that's a basic overview at the moment. Through the town hall, yeah, we're just over 2,300 now. Our clothing's pretty good, our education's 100%. I was taking nomads at the start here to try and grow the town, but now that we have, you can see we have more families than we have actual houses, so there's no need for nomads. This is my biggest threat right now, though. I'm way behind on building housing. So what that means is we have all these people in their 20s living at home, so they're not making babies and stuff. So we could have a population die off here at some point. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but it's going to happen. So I'm trying to build these houses. And when you joined, I was just building a bunch of lumber mills and stuff, because these houses take lumber, building supplies, homewares and stuff. So let's see who moves in here. When you build a new house, the people that move in, if they're not really young, then you don't have enough houses. So you can see 35-year-old moving in. So that's the first time they've ever moved out of their parents' house. So that's a really good sign that I don't have nearly enough houses going on. So I may actually get in big trouble here in this town, but we'll see how it goes. I think our lumber is starting to come around now. We look up here. If you don't have schools, they'll need a house when they're 10. And if you have schools, it depends on how far they have to walk to school. But say typically around 15, 16, 17, then they'll move out of the house. So you see this person here, they live right beside the school, so they probably graduated at 15 and became a trader. So now this person needs a house. So if you look at the stats here in the town hall, like if you don't use town halls, like build a town hall, they're expensive, but the information you get out of it's invaluable. So this line here says I have 690 homes, but I have 1,110 families. So that means there's a whole bunch of people waiting to move out. And if that gets way out of whack, then everybody gets too old, and past 40, they won't have children. So yeah, it can get pretty grim. So that's my current threat to the town. Also, food production is a thing, right? So my inventory of food is rising. But if you look here, last year I used 241,000. I only produced 253. So I'm very close to not having enough food. So once we build all these houses, it'll be a baby boom. And then I'll need to figure out where more food's going to come from. All right. Okay, there's no trader there. There's a trader there, though. And you're set up, okay? These guys all should be set up by now. We have some kind of dysentery we have, okay? Now, somewhere around here, there's a bunch of hospitals. I hope there's a bunch of hospitals. Well, there's at least 2 hospitals. We should be okay. It's only 1 sick person right now. Okay, there's that other pasture. Now, what did we have here in the holding pens? Leghorn chickens, okay. Leghorns. 2 people. Empty, turn off, unassigned. These are just holding pens for the, this guy's here, farm supplier. Llamas, leghorns, and goats. Let's see, do we have, I think for sure have leghorns because we just dealt with them. Llamas we have, and goats we have. Okay, so we have all those animals already. Now let's have a look at the big map for a second here. I need to figure out where more food's gonna come from. So our houses, we've got about 80 houses that are building. I'll have to build a bunch more. So I think I can build up here and some more farms. And maybe down as well. And we're starting to get pretty big travel distances here, so that's a bit of a risk. Ah, you're still not set up. Come on now. Log, stone, iron. Okay, there's our last blacksmith here. And looks like our plague is over, so we're fine. Okay, let's make those a priority here. So let's go over here. And let's see here. Oh, there's the pig timer.